Thank you very much for joining. It's such a challenge for me. I'm a technical freak and I really don't know how to do all of these things. And it's just really wonderful that I know people all over the world are around. I need to mute my computer, sorry. I forgot to mute myself. So please find a comfortable seat. Use a blanket, use a pillow, everything you can find. Finding a seat, pushing with your hands, your flesh a tiny bit towards the side, that you find your sitting bones. Rooting down from your sitting bones, releasing your knees, finding length in spine, and closing your eyes for a moment. No need to see anything. You don't need to follow me on the screen. I hope the instructions I can guide you as clear and as clean as possible, that you really come into your practice, into your own practice. I want to gently remind you, everyone knows me, I think, or many of you know me, always focusing on your own practice. When you feel it's going too fast, when you feel it's not your pace, follow your own practice. Take this as a guidance for 1 hour being with so many other people in this world and practicing for yourself. When you feel your breath is going really, you can't breathe, take it easy, back off a tiny bit. Breath is the most important. Breath will guide you towards yourself, will help you sensing and feeling. So please find this seat, stay with your eyes closed, letting go tension, letting go concern for right now. Bring your awareness towards yourself. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Maybe you can sense your breath flowing. Letting go for this moment. Such a crazy time right now. So many concerns, so many anxieties. Whatever there is, let go. There is a quote from Morgan Harper Nichols. And here I am, in the middle of it all, learning to see the beauty and truth in all I do not understand. I will hold hope within my hands that I can be here in the betweens and find joy right where I am, and know endless, boundless peace running wild over everything. This quote was posted from Bella on Wednesday, and I found it just so beautifully touching and adequate for this time. So let's find this boundless peace. Let's find this moment of life flowering. And gently start deepening your breath. Maybe you want to put one hand on your belly. 2 or 3 centimeters below your belly button, and letting your breath coming into your hand, so your belly starts to move, your chest starts to move. You're inhaling fully, fully, fully. With your exhaling, gently with your hand, pressing your belly towards your spine and help to lift it up internally towards your heart, activating your Mula Bandha. Inhaling, letting your belly filling up for 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. Exhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Internally lifting up. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. Exhaling, bringing your belly in, internally, lifting it up towards your heart, rising in your spine. Inhaling, last time, 3, 4, 5, hold. Exhaling, bring it in. Pranayama, guiding your breath.
Ficava meio roxo quando você tirava a água.
Inhaling, releasing your breath. And keep on following the pace of your breath throughout this whole practice. Letting your breath be your guide. Bringing your arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head. Inhaling, lifting your shoulders towards your ears. Exhaling, releasing them down. Giving a no-no in your neck. Back towards your neutral, lifting your shoulders towards your ears. Exhaling, coming down with your shoulders. Bringing a no-no in your neck. Interlacing your fingers, pointing with your index finger, releasing your shoulders, rooting down from your seat, lengthening your arms, gazing towards your fingers with your inhaling, exhaling, bringing your chin towards your sternum, inhaling, gazing up, exhaling, chin, sternum. Inhaling, gazing up. Stay here. Exhaling, opening your arms, turn to your right side. Left hand outside, right knee, right arm in line with your spine. Gentle twisting. Breathe. Deepening your breath, letting your breath growing. Last exhaling, with your next inhaling, coming back into your neutral, arms over your head, interlacing your fingers, point with your index finger, gazing towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling one more time, stay gazing up, exhaling, turning, follow the movement with your gaze. Right hand outside, left knee, left hand in line with your spine. Breathe. Where is your belly? Geraldine, come a little bit more with your hand in line with your spine. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, letting your arms flowing over your head. Exhaling, coming onto your side with your arms. Inhaling, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, your arms on your side, reaching forward from your arms. Maybe you stay on your fingertips, lengthening your spine, making sure You stay with your seat, rooting down. You want to find a bit more ease in your inner groin. For some people with a bit more flexibility, letting yourself folding forward, forehead meeting your floor. Or, as I said, stay on your fingertips, coming as close as you need. Do not worry about your flexibility. Worry about your breath, the depths in your breathing. Easing in your shoulders, softening in your heart, lengthening in your spine. Inhaling, coming back up into your sitting, changing the crossing of your legs, bringing your other leg in front. We have automatically, very naturally, we do bring always the other leg in front. We feel a bit more comfortable. Inhaling, your arms rising. Gaze in line with your fingers. Stay here for a moment, releasing your shoulders. Exhaling, reaching forward from your hands, from your heart. Stay connected with your seat, hands placing on the floor, gently letting yourself folding forward. Stay on your fingertips. Please find your own pace, flexibility. Breathe deeply, steady. Inhaling, walking your hands back into your neutral, helping with your hands, closing your knees, taking all away what you've been sitting on. So pushing your cushion towards the side and giving yourself a gentle ease in your hips. So letting your knees floating to one side, to the other side, massaging your soles of your feet, swinging your knees under you, placing your hands, cat-cow breathing, hands under your shoulders, making sure your fingers spreading wide, index finger and thumb wanna pressing down, rolling back your shoulders, making sure your knees are under your hips. Start with your cat-cow. Inhaling, gently pulling your hands while pressing down towards your knees, gazing up, exhaling from your seat, from your sits bones, you're rounding your spine, gaze towards your belly button. Inhaling, lengthening, remembering your pranayama, deepening your breath, belly button towards your spine, round. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, gazing forward, curling your toes under, lifting your knees and lifting your seat, finding your downward, facing dog, Svanasana. Remember, your heels are not that important, so you wanna lifting your seat, lengthening your arms, bending your knees when you need. Breath, walking your feet, making sure you're softening, you're easing, taking away this pressure, this tension. Softening in your elbows, yin, you are here. Softening your elbows, rolling back your shoulders. Lifting your seat and coming down into your knees, finding your child pose. your seat, meeting your heels, your arms, staying long, releasing your forehead. Walking your arms towards your left side, bringing your right hand on top of your left, releasing your neck and giving yourself a sweet stretching. Inhaling, walking back in your center and towards your right side, your left hand on top of your right side, bending from your spine, creating space. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, making sure your knees are closed, coming into your kneeling, your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, lifting your up onto your knees, gaze in line with your fingers, pushing from your seat, your belly meets your thighs, holding here for a moment, creating space in your inner groins, lengthening your arms, your spine, planting your hands onto the floor in your cat, curling your toes, lifting your seat, downward facing dog, paddling your feet. Breathe, stepping your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling, making sure your hips stay square. It doesn't matter how high you come. Maybe you come only 20, 30 centimeters. It doesn't matter. Lengthening your arms, lifting your leg as high as possible. And then from your right toes, you're pushing your right toes towards your left side. So you're opening your whole right side. Gaze under your left armpit. Lengthening. You don't want to bend your knee yet. Lengthening. Breathe. And then you can bending your knee, your right knee, pointing with your knee towards the ceiling. Gaze under your left armpit. Breathe. Inhaling, squaring your hips, lengthening, bending your knee towards your chest and come into your high plank, holding your knee in your center. Stay for one moment. Inhaling, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling, bending your knee and bringing your right knee towards the outside of your right elbow, high plank. Inhaling, lifting your leg. Exhaling, letting your knee floating towards your left side. Breathe. For people when this is difficult, please come onto your knees with your left knee, and then from here you can working the same. So you bring your right knee first into your center, inhaling, lifting your right leg, and then you bring your right knee to the outside of your right elbow. Inhaling, lifting up, and then you bring your right knee to the outside of your left. Inhaling, lifting your leg. One more time, planting your right foot, bending your knees, coming into your child pose, letting your palms of your hands opening towards the ceiling, releasing your neck, releasing your elbows. Breathe in your child pose, resting, connecting. We want to take the left side, so please remember you can take it easy, coming down on your knees when you need, or you're taking the forward version. So you're inhaling, gazing forward, coming first Force, knees, hands, gazing up in your cat, curling your toes under, lifting your seat, downward facing dog, panning your feet, raise, pan, rolling back your shoulders. Breathe, finding freedom in your body. Stepping your feet together. Inhaling your left leg. First, you want to stay square with your hips. Breathe, stay. And then from your left toes, you're reaching with your left toes towards the right side. And you see how it opens up your hip, your inner groins, until your armpit. You do not want to bend your knee yet. Both hands pressing into the floor. Breathe. And then from here, you can bending your knee to open your hip even a tiny bit more. Breathe. Lifting your knee towards the ceiling. Deepening your breath. Breathe, opening, Hazel, open your hip a tiny bit more. This is beautiful. Breathe. And then from here, you can start working, bringing your left leg back into your neutral, high plank, left knee outside, in your center. Sorry, we start in your center, stay here. Inhaling, lifting it up. Remember, you can come down on your right knee when you need. Left knee outside, left elbow. Inhaling, lifting up, finding your own dynamic in your breath. Left knee, right side. One more round. Inhaling, bringing your knee in your center. Stay here for one breath. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, left knee, left elbow. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, left knee, right elbow. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, planting your foot back onto the floor and rolling your spine, coming into your high plank. Remember, always you can releasing your knee. When it gets too intense, releasing your knees, or you stay here. One more deep breath. Exhaling, everyone, releasing your knees, releasing your toes, pulling your hands while pressing down towards your hard elbow, chin chest, meeting the floor. Stay here. Inhaling, sneaking forward in your mini cobra, rolling back your shoulders. Walking your hands towards your side. Come onto your fingertips. So your arms, your hands walking in line with your shoulders towards your side, that you find your elbows over your wrists, your shoulders rolling back and down, big toes touching, inner thighs rolling towards the ceiling. So you can press your pubic bone, your belly button into the floor. And from here you start inhaling, lifting up, pressing your 10 toes, lifting up, inhaling, exhaling, coming down. 3 more times. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, coming down. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, coming back down. You want to lifting up one more time, a tiny bit higher, rounding back your shoulders. Stay, breathe. Breathe deeper. Breathe, lifting in. Exhaling, coming back down, bringing your hands back under your shoulders, pulling your hands towards your belly, lifting your heart, curling your toes, bending your knees, lengthening your spine in your time pose. Inhaling, your hands sliding under your shoulders, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog, bending your knees, gaze between your hands, walking forward between your hands, hip width apart, your feet spreading your toes, stay bending your knees, ragdoll, hugging your elbows, letting your neck grow long. Remember again, you don't want to worry about tight hamstrings. You worry your belly meets your thighs, so you can release in your lower back. Make sure you do not create tension, you release in tension. Let it go. Inhaling, gazing forward from your heart, coming halfway. You're lengthening your legs, lengthening your spine, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, folding in. One more time. Your neck growing long. Inhaling halfway, and then you flow into your standing. Arms over your head. Bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. And here I am, letting yourself being here. Letting yourself breathe. Feeling your soles of your feet. Even it's stormy outside, even it is all challenging, bewildering. You are here, right now, moment by moment, step by step. Let's take a sun salutation. Releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. From your hips, folding forward. Remember bending knees when your knee. Hands meeting the floor. Right foot stepping back. Long runner's lunge. Using blocks, books, pots, whatever you have. Finding your fingertips. Inhaling, gazing forward. Releasing your right knee. Your right toes, lengthening your left leg, pushing your left heel, squaring your hips, lengthening, inhaling, coming back, bending your left knee, gazing forward, curling your right toes under, stepping your left foot back, finding your plank pose, stay. Breathe, remember always bending your knees when you need. Stay. Opening your chest, rolling back your shoulders, pushing your heels back. Releasing your knees, gazing forward from your heart, releasing your toes, chin, chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling, sneaking forward in your mini cobra, rise higher. Uttanasana, curling your toes, lifting your seat. Downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, lifting your right leg in. Exhaling, stepping your right foot between your hands. Remember, knees, planting your foot, toes, and here you are. Inhaling, gaze. Exhaling, both feet meeting in front. Inhaling, coming halfway. Folding forward with your exhale. Inhaling, lifting yourself up. Remember, you want to be nice and long. Legs, spine. Bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Here you are. Here I am. Feet connected. Depths in your breath, left side starts. Inhaling, sweep your arms. Rising, folding, pushing your hips folding forward, hands stepping your left foot back, long runner's lunge. Stay here for one breath and then you're releasing your right knee. You're releasing your left knee, sorry. Lengthening your right leg, squaring your hips, releasing your neck. Pressing your right foot into the floor. Inhaling, bending your right knee, opening your chest, curling your left toes under, and then from here you're stepping back in your plank pose. Heart between your hands, heels pushing back. And see that you get really nice and light, that you do not hang in like a sack of potatoes. So you're pushing your heels, creating a beautiful energy line from your heels over your hips, your top of your head. Exhaling, releasing your knees, your toes, elbows glued to your body, bending your elbows, chin, chest. Inhaling, sneaking, rolling back your shoulders, lifting your heart. Exhaling in your downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, lifting your left leg. In. Exhaling, stepping your left foot through. Remember, come on your knees, putting your foot. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, both feet together, hip width apart. Inhaling, coming halfway. Exhaling, forward. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bringing your prayer in front of your chest. Releasing your arms. Inhaling, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, stepping your right foot back. Stay on your toes, bending your left knee. High lunge, come with your hands on your hips, lengthening your right leg, bending your left knee. Releasing your arms, inhaling, sweep your arms over your head, bending your front knee a tiny bit more. Your right hand want to reach forward your left arm, reaching back, taking a sweet little twisting here. Breathe. Maybe you stay here, or your left arm finds a bind with your right thigh and your right arm reaches over your head and you gaze towards your right heel. Inhaling, releasing your arms. Exhaling, bringing your prayer in front of your chest, lengthening a tiny bit more. For people, when this is difficult, please releasing your right knee. You always can release your right knee, or you stay here, turning your torso towards your left side, bringing your right elbow on the outside of your left knee and finding a sweet little twisting. You can come into your full pose, Pavrita Parshvakonasana, or you stay where you are. Breathe. Breathe. Trust yourself. You don't need to look to the screen. You're doing perfectly right. Breathe. Breathe, one more deep breath. Exhaling, bringing your hands back onto the floor, stepping your foot back in your plank pose. Taking a vinyasa if you would like, or enjoy a moment in your child pose. You can take Chaturanga Dandasana, so you're pushing with your heels, opening your chest, You're lowering down gently. From here, you're pushing with your toes, opening up in your upward facing dog. Exhaling, rolling over your knees, downward facing dog. People in child pose, please join downward facing dog. Stay one breath. So when you've been in your child pose, come into your down dog. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, walking, so you can walking forward, you can stepping forward, or if you like, you can take a nice little hopping forward, inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward with your exhaling, inhaling in your standing, exhaling your prayer, closing your eyes, and remembering, here I am, telling yourself, here I am, breathing, practicing, feet connecting, heart beating, breath flowing, releasing your arms left side, inhaling, sweep, exhaling from your hips, folding forward, bending your knees, stepping your left foot back, stay on your toes, right knee is bending, bring your hands on your hips, making sure shoulders, hips, square, facing front, releasing your arms. Maybe you want to swing your arms a tiny bit, making sure you take all this tension. Inhaling, sweep your arms over your head, bending your front knee a tiny bit more, lengthening your back. Exhaling, opening up, twisting, so your left arm reaches over your right and your right arm in your back. Stay here, or maybe your right, finding a bind with your left thigh. Inhaling, lifting your right arm and gaze over your shoulder to see your heel. Bending your front knee a tiny bit more. There, see your breath. Inhaling, releasing, bringing your prayer in front of your chest. Please remember, you always can release your knee. When you're releasing your knee, you do not want to bring weight on your knee, coming a tiny bit forward. Do not hurting your knee. People can stay with your left leg long, turning to your right side. Left elbow outside, right knee, stay with your hands in front of your heart or come into your full pose. Pavrita, Pasha, Konasana, twisted side angle. Sarah Kurina, bend your front knee a tiny bit more. This is it. Finding this is beautiful. Breathe. There is your breath. Breathe deeper, stronger. One more. Breathe. Inhaling. Coming back into your neutral square. Bringing your hands onto the floor. Stepping back in your in your high plank. Choices, come into your child pose, stay in your downward facing dog, taking a vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga, dandasana. When you take a chaturanga, activating your heels, pushing them back, opening your chest. Stay when you're lowering down. I can't really do it properly because of my shoulders. So you should stay normally with your thighs up, inhaling, gazing forward, exhaling, rolling over your toes. Everyone meets downward facing dog. Breathe, Torsten. Keep on moving. Your hands lifting, always bending your knees. Breathe. Let's come everyone in downward facing dog. Shaking your head, making some funky faces. Nobody can see you in case you're practicing on your own. Some people practicing with family. So making some funky faces, really squeezing your face, making some funky sounds. Nobody can hear you. Letting go one more time. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, walking, stepping forward. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward in your exhaling. Inhaling, coming, you're standing. Bring your prayer in front of your chest. Closing your eyes. Press, taking one balancing pose, bringing your hands on your hips, stepping your feet together, finding your inner gaze. Finding your inner alignment, a tree pose. So you bring your weight on your left side, bending your right knee. Maybe you want to stay on your toes when you know you have a really wobbly day. Or you're lifting your right knee, opening your hip, and then again, you can bring your toes just on the inside of your left, on top of your left, on your calf muscles, or you're helping with your hand coming a tiny bit higher and press it into your inner groins, your hands in front of your heart. Staying. Inhaling, bringing your arms over your head and become this wonderful, beautiful tree. I'm sure everyone has a wonderful, beautiful tree in your memory. You really enjoy big, strong, small, weak, it doesn't matter. Being flexible in your pose, bringing your hands back in front of your heart, bring your knee back in your center, bending your left knee, planting your right foot on top of your left, and bending your knees. Oops, I'm wobbly today. Bending your left knee a tiny bit more. It's a beautiful preparation for an arm balance. If people are used to the practice, you could take quickly your arm balance. So you're folding forward, planting your hands onto the floor. Your right leg stays on your elbows, and from here you're coming into your arm balance. Doesn't matter when you can't. Breathe, stay one more. Inhaling, jumping back, taking a vinyasa for people who's done it. And we all meet in standing, releasing your arms, inhaling 3. Exhaling, bringing your prayer in front of your chest. And the other side wanna work. So you're rooting down your whole right side, hands on your hips, lifting only your toes, your heel. When this is good enough, please stay here, working your balance. Or opening hip, planting toes inside, on top, foot on your calf muscles, or coming higher. Breathe. Breathe. Breath deep. Letting your arms flowing over your head. And become a beautiful tree. Staying in a storm. Making sure, Neil, you don't have your foot on your knee. Coming a tiny bit higher or lower. Yes, this is it. Great. You do not want to press your foot against your knee. Playing with your fingers. Breathing one more nice deep breath. Bringing your hands back in front of your chest. Bending your right knee and planting your left foot on top of your right knee. So your ankle is on top of your knee. From here, you want to push with your seat. So as if you want to come and sit down on a chair, you're bending this knee, sitting down on your chair, staying here. People who would like to do an arm balance, coming down with your hands, planting your hands, your left leg square on your elbows. And then from here, you're reaching forward, leaning forward, try it, breathe. Pedro, when you're looking forward, it's easier. Do not look towards your back toes. Gazing forward, breathe, gazing forward. And people who's done it, jumping back, taking a vinyasa, or the other one. Let's meet in releasing your foot, inhaling, stepping your feet together, lifting your arm, inhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, Utkatasana, fierce pose, inhaling, lifting, making sure you do not fall into your lower back. You're bringing your belly towards your spine, bending your knees, a long spine. Breathe, gaze towards this. Deepening your breath. Exhaling, folding forward. Uttanasana, letting your neck growing long. Breathe. Bending your knees slightly, planting your hands onto the floor. If you would like, and you are used to the practice, you can jumping back, taking one more vinyasa. So from here, you're gazing forward and jumping back. If you don't want to jumping back, please let's meet in downward facing dog. And when you want to jumping back, you're gazing forward with your exhaling, we're floating back. Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, rolling over your toes, downward facing dog, bending your knees, letting your knees opening, mat widths apart, big toes touching, open-legged child pose, palms of your hands facing up, forehead releasing. Breathe, we are slowing down. Shoulders softening, mind resting, breath balancing. Tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, bringing your knees together, coming onto your knees. You want to take one nice little back bending. So the first step is maybe you need to pat your knees a tiny bit. If you have a mat, folding your mat. I'm not a great fan of cushions. So if you have, you could use a blanket, folding a blanket, making sure it's not wobbly. When you use cushions, it's difficult for your joints. So you really want to make sure your joints have a stable ground. Coming onto your knees, curling your toes under, lengthening top of your head. From here, you bring your hands on the back of your sacrum. And then from here, you're rolling back your shoulders, lifting your heart, making sure you don't want to shorten here, like I'm doing it right now. You want to helping with your hands, finding length in your lumbar spine. Specifically this part we are very used to squeeze. It has to do with the opening in your groins, in your hips. So maybe you stay here, opening up and gazing towards the ceiling. People with a bit more flexibility, you release your hands on your heels and lifting up. Breathe. Hands back on your sacrum, coming back into your standing. Stay with your toes curled under, toes washing. Sitting on your heels, I know for some people that's really painful. Bringing your hands on your thighs where your inner groins meeting, helping yourself release. Breathe, one more breath. Inhaling, coming back. You can repeat what you've just done. When you know you can come a tiny bit deeper, you're taking the next step. So from here, hands on your sacrum, you're taking the next step, reaching towards your heels. People who can reach heels, you can flatten your toes, lifting yourself up. I always like interlacing fingers. Like this, I know I can opening my shoulders a tiny bit easier to find my feet, hands on the feet. Please take care. Pushing your hips forward, opening your chest. Stay one more breath. Inhaling, coming back, bring your hands on your sacrum, curling your toes under, and one more, toes washing, hands sitting with your weight on your heels, letting your soles of your feet opening, bringing your hands in front of your heart, closing your eyes. How much can I allow myself to feel pleasure and to feel pain? It's all the same. Some more cross sensations, we name pain. Light sensations, we name pleasure. It's just a name, and we immediately have reactions about it. Inhaling, coming back, releasing your toes, sitting on your heels, and releasing on one side, swinging your legs in front, lengthening your legs, pushing with your hands, your flesh towards the side. People tight hamstrings or really short psoas muscles, please bending your knees. Most important, you're finding your sits bones. You can bending your knees, rooting down from your heels. Bring your hands next to your hips. People with a bit more flexible bodies, you're lengthening your legs, Paschimottanasana. Inhaling your arms. When you have your knees bent, you can do it as well. Folding forward, belly meets your thighs, letting go your arms and releasing your neck. People in full pose, you're lifting your heart, lengthening forward one more time. Maybe you can reach with your hands over your toes, or you can grab it with your fingers, or I can't do, you can grab your wrist. Anyway, where you are, let yourself resting. Paschimottanasana, relaxing, releasing, softening upper body, meets lower body. Hanalut, letting your neck growing long. This is it. Breathe. Breathe. Inhaling, reaching forward wherever you are, knees bent, all legs long, reaching forward from your heart. Exhaling, coming into your sitting, letting your hands sliding behind you, fingers pointing towards your heels. We are almost there. Rolling back your shoulders, pointing with your balls of your feet, lifting your seat. If this is difficult, please bending your knees, planting your foot where your knees has been, not halfway, not too close. Really where your knee has been, hip width apart, planting your feet, lifting. People who are up, coming down already, exhale. And you want to take it one more time. Inhaling, lift up. Breathe, stay. Exhaling, coming back down onto your seat, coming back into your sitting, elbows next to your ribs, marching forward on the first 3/4 of your mat, bending your knees, planting your feet onto the floor, reaching forward from your arms, exhaling, letting yourself gently coming back, inhaling, lifting up one more time, exhaling, rolling back a tiny bit more, inhaling, lifting yourself up, exhaling, arms over your head, lengthening your legs, giving yourself a playful stretching, grabbing one wrist, pushing your heel, bending your knee towards your chest, rounding your spine, squeeze your body, planting your feet next to your seat, planting them together, opening your arm like a T. Gentle twisting, letting your left knees floating to your left side, making sure your right shoulder, your right arm still connects towards the floor. You do not want to allow your shoulder to lifting up. Gaze over your right arm, letting go. Or find any variation. Breathe. There is my mom and my dad, Mama and Papa, hello. Inhaling, coming back with your knees in your center and letting your knees floating to the opposite side, gazing over your shoulder, taking any variation you would like to take. The higher your knees come, the higher you're twisting in your spine. The lower your knees stay, the lower you're twisting, mainly in your spine. So feel what is important for you this morning. Inhaling, coming back into your center, letting your knees one more squeeze towards your chest, rounding. Inhaling, planting your feet onto the floor, Shavasana. So if you have a blanket or if you would like to have something on you, please take this moment, putting your clothes, taking a blanket. You want to making sure you're laying on the floor, your shoulders rolling back, your arms next to your body, palms of your hands facing up, legs growing long out of your hips, letting them releasing. Avoid bringing your heels one on top of each other. This has tension in your hips, even it's a very familiar position. Taking your full Shavasana, so your legs separating, your toes releasing, you're closing your eyes. Taking one deep, deep, deep breath, and with a sigh, you're exhaling like ah. Letting go. Softening your fingers. Letting go your weight of your arms, of your shoulders. Your fingers soft. Let go your neck. Your head grows. Wetting your lips with your tongue. Let go tension in your tongue, in your jaw. Maybe you want to swallow to make sure your throat is soft. Your spine grows long, your hips heavy, your legs easing in your thighs. In the way we started, we want to finish with this beautiful quote posted by our lovely yoga teacher Bella. And I saw she's practicing with us as well. So thank you, Bella. From Morgan Harper Nichols. And here I am, in the middle of it all, learning to see the beauty and truth in all I do not understand. I will hold hope within my hands that I can be here in the betweens and find joy right where I am, and no endless, boundless peace running wild over everything. And gently and softly reconnecting with your breath, letting your breath growing stronger and fuller, and feeling this inner movements in your toes, in your fingers, your belly, your chest, waking up your body. Maybe you want to take a nice deep, deep inhaling, bringing your arms over your head, and with your exhaling, lifting your knees, squeezing your body and flowing into your embryo pose on your right side. Staying here for one moment. With your upper hand in front of your chest, pressing yourself up and finding a comfortable sitting pose. It can be kneeling, cross-legged, sitting with your legs on your side, planting your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest, letting yourself bowing forward a tiny bit so your forehead meeting your fingers, your wrists meeting your heart. And to finish and seal this practice, let's take all together one deep, long sounding Inhaling together. Thank you very much for practicing yoga with me this morning. It's amazingly beautiful sensation having so many people at the same time in your own spaces, connecting here and practicing together. It's very beautiful and very touching. Thank you so much.